If you want to secure a cybersecurity graduate job, then you're in the right place, because in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how one of our clients landed a graduate cybersecurity job offer within just 3 weeks, in less than 3 weeks. Pretty crazy, right? I know, probably sounds dodgy, but it's not. It's 100% the truth. And I'm going to explain exactly how. Before we jump into it though, I want to explain exactly where this person was at before they started implementing this process and how quickly they were able to transform their results. So they had completed a cybersecurity qualification in Australia, and they had a little bit of work experience in kind of part-time roles, the normal kind of hospitality, retail sorts of stuff. And they had a very small amount of experience in the field. I believe it was a work experience or some industry project type of work. And when they graduated university, they went straight into applying to hundreds and hundreds of jobs online, like a lot of people do. And they spent more than a year applying to jobs. And it's really disheartening, because a lot of people also do the same thing. And unfortunately, they weren't able to secure any offers during this time. So they were disheartened and they needed help. They must have come across grad jobs somewhere online. They reached out to us. They booked in one of our free calls. They ended up joining the program because they were really impressed with the free call that we delivered. And then through that and implementing the strategies that we taught them, they secured this offer within 3 weeks. So the part that you're here for, why or how did they achieve this goal? I'm going to keep it really simple so we don't keep the video too long. But if you have any further questions about how this strategy works, could you just comment them below, and perhaps we'll just make more videos on those in the future. So the first thing that this person did, which is very basic, but a lot of people don't even think about doing it, is they got a crystal clear goal. It's very, very hard to achieve something if you don't know exactly what it is. It's like going to an airport and you just walk in and you get on any plane that you see. You're not going to end up in the right place. You have to pick the destination, then get on the right plane. And a lot of people don't do that. So we got really, really clear. We didn't just get a very simple goal like, I want to get a cybersecurity graduate job. No, a lot more detailed than that. So we helped this person to figure out specifically what job titles they were going to target, specifically which companies in their location they were going to target, and specifically which teams they were going to target. So clear goal. On top of that, we helped them figure out, are they actually a good fit for these roles? Because a lot of people, they have the goal, but they're not actually a good fit for it. They might want to get a business analyst job, and they are just not a good fit for the jobs they're going for. Obviously, that's a recipe for disaster. And so we helped them get clear on the goal, clear as to whether or not they were a good fit. So they had laser focus. This meant that every day when they woke up and they had a certain number of hours to allocate to job searching, they knew exactly what to do because the goal was so clear. They weren't scattering it in lots of different areas. The second thing we helped this person to do was build a very, very powerful resume. Resumes are very important when job searching. It's kind of like your ticket to interviews. Decision makers often make a decision, or people who hire or make hiring decisions at these companies, they make a decision to speak to someone or interview someone, a potential candidate, based on their profile or their resume, and often their LinkedIn. This is how they evaluate, are they worth speaking to or not? Obviously, they also take into account how you communicated with them, if you sent any messages or emails, or if you met them in person, they'll account for that. But often it's the resume and the LinkedIn. So we helped this person build a very powerful LinkedIn. I won't go into the detail, but basically, we helped to figure out exactly what kind of skills and requirements the target organizations had, and we figured out what were the main skills, experiences, and things that this person could bring, and we married those two things together into this document. And it was very heavy on achievements versus just what they did, and it also clearly illustrated what skills this person brought to the table, that they understood the industry and how it operated, and it was also very eye-catching. On top of that, the formatting was perfect, the English was perfect, everything. It was just very, very high-quality resume. Third, we helped this person build a really powerful LinkedIn. LinkedIn is kind of like your online resume. In fact, I even argue that it's more important than a resume these days, quite honestly, because a lot of recruiters will check your LinkedIn. I mean, when I'm hiring, the first thing I do when I see a resume is I jump on their LinkedIn. I see what are they actually like. You know, what are they, how do they act online? How do they present themselves? Is it consistent? Things like that. And a lot of recruiters will do exactly the same thing. Also, when we're networking and reaching out to people, it can help us to get higher response rates, better response rates, because they think that we're a high quality candidate. When we optimize LinkedIn properly, it also allows people to find us and reach out to us for job opportunities. So there's lots of benefits to having a very well-organized and optimized LinkedIn profile. So we help this person with crystal clear goal. We help them with their resume and the LinkedIn. Now, at this point, they've kind of got the base ready. They know what they want. They're well marketed. They know that it aligns well to the target jobs that they want. Now, the only thing that this person would need to do from this point in order to get a job offer is to get what we would call interviews or chats. Basically, they need to have a conversation with decision makers at these target companies and teams who make hiring decisions, right? Because if they don't ever get to know or meet this person, there's no way they're ever going to get a job offer. Okay, if you think about it, when you apply to a job, all that happens is they take in all these applicants, they filter them through, and the ones who get towards the end, they always say, here, you're going to have an interview with a final round interview, and it's always, well, mostly it's a very high up senior decision maker in that team, right? So that's all that needs to happen. You have to have conversations with these decision makers, but what a lot of people don't realize is that you don't need to go through the whole application process to have these conversations. In fact, you can actually just reach out to them directly, or you can get referred to them through someone else. So you can talk with someone who knows the decision maker, and they then refer you in. It could be a junior person or someone from a different team, etc. But one of our favorite ways to do it is to reach out to these decision makers directly. The other way is to apply to jobs, mainly. And also people can reach out to you through LinkedIn. If you set it up properly, they kind of get attracted to you, but that's a little less reliable than reaching out directly. So anyway, the only thing needed at this point is to get an interview or a chat with the decision maker. The first way that we taught to this person was networking using LinkedIn and email. So we taught them exactly, what is the process for doing it? What messages do you send? Do you connect with them? Do you follow up? What happens if this happens or that happens? So we taught them exactly how to do that, provided support along the whole process. Very, very quickly, within 1 or 2 weeks, they were having conversations on LinkedIn with senior people at their target companies because they were very, very focused, and they were really impressed. And one of them, from a really top company, the company they eventually got the offer from, one of them actually asked this person to have a chat. So they didn't even end up having to ask for the chat. They built a bit of the relationship and then had the chat. What happened next is they had the chat, so we had to help this person prepare for the chat in the interview. Or basically it was like an informal interview. And so this person knew kind of what questions to expect, what it was probably going to be like, what were good answers to those questions, and they got reviews on each of those questions. And lo and behold, within less than 3 weeks, they got a verbal offer right after one of these chats. And it was the first chat this person had in person. So, to summarize, very clear goal, very specific. Powerful resume, powerful LinkedIn. Powerful strategy for networking and building relationships. And then, lastly, a powerful strategy for actually having those conversations or interviews and converting them into an offer. They're the steps this person took. They knew exactly how to do each one. Obviously, you can figure this stuff out for yourself as well. There's lots of resources out there. In this case, through our program, this person was able to get very proven resources, templates, processes, be part of a community where they could, we could support her, get live coaching, support, all these sorts of things throughout the process. So that's it. That's how the person got this job. If you implement the same strategy, I think you can do it too. If you have any questions, please comment below. We perhaps can just make more videos to answer your questions in the future. Thanks for your time. Best of luck, and have a good day.